Well, everybody, welcome back once again. You know it is JJ and JJ's PC Belts. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, welcome to the family. Welcome to JJ's PC Belts community. And my veteran subscribers, as always, much love to you for all that you do, helping support the channel. Today is the day. It is Friday. And I told y'all I'm going to have something cooking for you on Friday. And I definitely got something cooking for you. Instead of, like last year, we did a whole year of graphics card nightmares, and you all loved it so much. We're kind of expanding and improving on it. But before then, make sure you got your drink and snacks, by the way, which I do. Right at the spot. But anyway, we're going to expand on it. Today, I'm going to tell you what the expansion is on it. And then we're going to get right into it. So, today we're changing the name of Graphics Card Nightmares to PC Merch Nightmares. I know that kind of sounds a little bit different, but I'm going to explain to you why. One, we're dealing with the PC. If you look at the name, we're dealing with the PC, we're dealing with merchandise, and we're dealing with the nightmares of it all. But here's the caveat. One, instead of just dealing with graphics cards, now this opens up a new field of doing motherboards. This opens up a new field of doing random access memory, or they call RAM, system RAM. This is what they call, you can do like, processors, any type processors. We can look on the market and, and so on. So we're going to do this for a whole month and we're going to try it out. And if it goes out really well, then I might expand it to another day just to keep it rolling. So every week we're going to have something different. It's going to be a different part of the PC. It could even be the PC case. You never know. So do expect that to happen. So the whole surprise of it all is that you have to wait until that certain day to find out what it's going to be. So the selection is wide, and it's definitely going to be wide. But we're going to be going through all the the retailers, the big name brand retailers. Like we always do. We go through Amazon, we go through Newegg, we go through eBay. Because everybody goes there. And we're going to go and visit on Micro Center. Okay. Sorry, Micro Center. We didn't mean to get that confused. So that's what we're going to be doing. So sit back, make sure you get your drink and snacks with you, and do enjoy what's coming up. So we're on the action screen, and you wonder what's going to be cooking today. Okay, last week we did graphics cards, yes. So this week we're going to go to Amazon, and this is going to be a little surprise for you. We're going to go to Amazon. And y'all don't know what I'm cooking up yet, so you got to stick around for it. So we're going to go to Amazon, and then you'll find out when we get there. I will tell you what it is. So make sure you go to the all button, and you hit computers, and we're not looking for none of that. Okay. Now what we are going to be looking for is motherboards. MOTHERBOARDS. What kind of motherboards? let's go ahead and do DDR5. DDR5. Well, if we do DDR5 motherboards, there are many things that might come up. So let's go ahead and just go in between Intel and AMD. If it's going to be Asus, MSI, Gigabyte, NZXT, and so on. Whoever pops up on Amazon, you're going to see. So that's what's going to happen. Whoever pops up first. So if they don't got a wide variety to show, then that, I'm not going to sit there and, pop through every one of the companies. But if they show up on the front of the list, usually means if they made the front page when you type it in, then that means they made the front page. But still, there's still a nightmare in here. You never know. Let's just go ahead and look through it. Okay, so they got a Z790 motherboard, Gigabyte for $260. Ooh, that is a nightmare. I mean, I can't see paying over $125 for a motherboard. I really can't. I mean, even with my motherboards, I didn't pay that much. So let's see, 1700, 159. It's getting a little bit better, but it's a B760. That's not too bad. $217. Oh, hell no. $199. $149. It's getting down there. Let's see, 267, 16 and 1. The consumer's looking at it right now like, Jay, what are you doing? Well, I'm going through and looking through it and finding a motherboard that really is going to make sense. They got a 610M for $89. And I do notice the ones that are not overclockable, they got down at the lowest prices you can find. So if you're looking for a non-clockable motherboard, the 610 is there. The 610M. Okay. I'd rather have one that said H or B610 without the M. Okay, that just means it's a nightmare. So $89, even if it's $89, I don't foresee it being a really good motherboard. $429 for a Z790F. There ain't no consumers out. Other 1%ers are going to be able to afford that kind of motherboard. Okay, 790 Tomahawk for $239. No. $599 combo. Ooh. So you got two pieces. It looks like a combo from, it says Micro Center AMD 7700, but you got two pieces. So this is what we're going to do. Okay, you got two pieces here. Let's shorten that up a little bit. Move this over. And that says $600. So we don't need a calculator for that. We can tell you what it is. If you got two pieces, and there's $600 total, divide that by 2. It's $300. So you tell me a $300 motherboard and a $300 processor. On an average, people, actually, I know the 7700 is only like two something. Do your math before you go and buy this combination, because you can probably buy the pieces cheaper. So I'm just going to pass on that. Thinking about it, $600 for those two pieces. They got to be kidding me. That's ridiculous. Asus TUF 1700, DDR5, 13th and 12th gen, 189. Nope. 12th gen. You know what? Let's do this. Let's cut the frickin' chase out of here. Let's make sure we put, DDR5. Okay, let's cut the chase. Now, let's bring this down to Let's put this. Let's put this at 120. Let's see. Let's do the chase and do it at 135. Okay. We're going to do this at 135. So if you come down here, it'll say 135. But look, the site never seems to be doing it correctly. But it'll get us close. A lot of people bought this B760 in the last, a lot of people, 200 plus. 500 plus bought the 149 for $10 less, the 760M. 100 plus bought this one, the H610M. 300 plus bought the B650MK. Oh, look at that. B650. Look at that. 119. Now, that is the lowest I've seen so far. That is the lowest I've seen. B760 Asus Prime B760 Intel. It looks pretty good for 124. 620E. Oh no. I mean, 50 people only bought that one, so no. That's the reason why they didn't buy that one. So you can tell by how many people bought that motherboard if it's going to be a good one or a bad one. So make sure you look and see who bought it in the past month. I know it sounds crazy. 610, nope. 620, nope. Let's see. 620, nope. Even though it's $119, it's an A620. So I would stick with your B motherboards. Be honest with you, not your A's. Your B650, your B670, or 600, 700 series. I always stick with B650 or B670. You know, either AMD or Intel, because they're supposedly they got a Z690. ASRock does for $109, but only 50 people bought it. Wonder why? See, you wonder why they bought that. Only 50 bought that board, with it being at $110. What's the reason why? I mean, I bet you got negative reviews on it. That's probably why, but it's $109. 620, nope. 650, 199, nope. 760 MHA oh, that's bad sign. No. They don't have the heat spreader just right. No. Hell no. This one, they said no featured offers available. I wouldn't buy that. Stay away from that. Could be a scalper there. You never know. 185, nope. 179, nope. Looks like they only got, let's see, they only got one more. So they got the Z690 Riptide. Make sure, anytime you buy something from Amazon, make sure it comes directly from their warehouse, so you know you're buying something from Amazon. There's 8 left in stock on the Z690 MPG. Okay, it's an ASRock, so that's a good deal for $109. And it looks like it's Amazon shipping, so B650, nope. Would not touch that 10-foot pole. Let's see. Keep going down, see if they got it. That's it. It's all the motherboards they have that's within that price range. So now let's go over here to Newegg. Let's go to new egg and do the same thing. We'll do the same damn thing. So we're going to type in motherboards. DDR5. And then hit enter. Okay, let's see. Condition new. Apply. So we put a new condition on it. We will put a price on it, 25 to 130, 135. Okay, and then apply it. Same thing we did on Amazon is going to be the same thing we do on Newegg. Let's see what they got. 120 B760M Pro. That could be a good one for 124. I'll give it that. 124. That seems about reasonable. ASRock B760 MPG Lightning LGA 1700B 760 114. Good deal. Very good deal. But the one thing that, oh yeah, they got the heat spreaders, everything on there. Comes with a separate IO shield, even better, because that'll, that won't limit your room when you go to put in AIO above, at the top. So yeah, supports 13 gen, 12 gen, Intel Core processors, 7. Oh, that's kind of a deal breaker, but it might be or might not be, because it's got a 7+1+1 power phase. I'd rather see it like a 12+2+2 power phase minimal. There's a reason for us saying that, because you want to be able to give all the power that your processor needs. So you want to be able to give it all the power. Supports DDR5 7200 megahertz overclocked. Now you see what I mean, and I told y'all in a couple of videos ago that, some of your motherboards will only support to a certain amount. But comes down to it, it only supports the basic. But when you overclock it, that's where you take a chance. So if you buy 8,000 megahertz DDR5 RAM, only expect it to go up to 7,200 megahertz. Unless you get the Silicon lottery and you get lucky, then you can go up higher. But some of your motherboards only supporting up to 72, 75, 7,700 from what I'm hearing. You might get lucky and get one that'll get up to around 8,000. So that all depends on what you want. I mean, this is not a bad motherboard. It's not the greatest, but for the price point at 115 bucks, price point at 115 bucks, it definitely got Type C. It's got 2.5 gig LAN. Supports ASRock audio driver installer. And it's got good. It's got the ALC 897. That's not bad. M.2 key E. That's not bad. Supports PCIe 5.0 x16, PCIe 3.0 x16. I really wish it would have said PCIe 4.0 x16 instead of 3.0, but that's still not a deal breaker just yet. Like I said, everybody, you get what you pay for. I mean, looking at it and looking at the back of it, it looks nice and basic and simple. And it doesn't look like it's like gonna be like gangbusters or anything else, but for 115 bucks, and you want to be able to go up to, the 1700 series, it'll do it. I bet you it will do probably, it'll definitely do 14th gen. You probably could go up to a 14900K in that with no problem. That's if you save money on your motherboard, you go higher in your processor later on down the road. If you want to get a bigger and better motherboard, you can also save up to for a bigger and better motherboard. But this is just going to get you in the door when it comes to, going up to DDR5. Do remember DDR5. Some sticks will interchange from Intel to AMD on DDR5. Don't get that wrong. You think to yourself, oh, well, my RAM doesn't fit because it's going from Intel to Asus. That's not how RAM works. So don't think your RAM, if you got Intel, won't work on your AMD. Now, the RAM I got in my computer, it's DDR4 RAM, but it's Intel RAM. It's what they said. It's for XMP, but it runs fine for AMD. See, that's what some people get misled on. I mean, that's the reason why I got it, was for the simple factor it said XMP. And then I know that's Intel, but DOCP is for AMD. So it works for both. Don't think it won't. Everybody has haters on it and everything else. Don't be hating. $433 for that? No, siree. No. Let's see. I mean, that's a 610. I wouldn't. Look at it. Think about it. It's a B760M. Okay, it's not a B7. It's not a B770 or 80 or 90 or whatever, but it's DDR5. ATX DDR5. I would imagine it can do everything you need to do. So, moving on. Okay, since we didn't really, they got a 6-7 right here, $95. ASRock's got some good deals on motherboards. I can tell you that. ASRock's got some good deals on some motherboards. That I can assure you. Well, actually, now Asus does. 760MA Intel. Yeah, boy. Look at this. Trident Z5 RGB series, 32 gigabytes, $129. So you got $231 if you get the Asus and the G Skill. You get $231. Now you just need to find a processor. And I'm sure you can find a processor for a decent price. So life goes on. And as we go on, we're going to move on to eBay. eBay. Let's see. eBay. Okay, now we're looking for motherboards. DDR5. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to take and go down to see where the price is. Minimal 25. The max 135. And go to it. Now, this is either or. So they got a B650P Ryzen 7000. $114, $115 says the last one. That's not a bad deal if, you know, if it's good, if it's really good one, it's not a bad deal. Because it's got the heat spreaders on both sides. This one's not such a great deal because it's only got the heat spreader on one side and not the other. Yeah, I look at the heat spreaders because that tells me that it's well equipped, that they really put a lot of thought into the motherboard. Okay, this one right here, B650P, they definitely put a lot of thought in the motherboard, you know, definitely. $101 was $119. I'm sure you'll find this motherboard to be sufficient for what you need to do. Oh, that's a bidding kind of thing. No, we're not worried about that. Read description, update, BIOS, ASRock, updated BIOS. Okay, explain this to you. Anybody that sells you a motherboard that's got they said the BIOS is fully up to date, you might as well just say, well, give them your money and turn around them sending you a brick. I wouldn't take any motherboard that already had the BIOS updated. If it's a way older model, then I can see it. But with the newest models, you never know. You might get a brick. And it can be fixed. Okay. It can be fixed. Okay, the BIOS chip can be removed off of the motherboard. So don't throw your motherboard away. It's not junk. Everybody says, well, if it's BIOS, you know, just BIOS disables the whole motherboard, it's bricked. No, they can take the chip off, reprogram the chip, put it right back on, or if they can't, then they can take and replace it with the new chip and reprogram it, put it back onto the motherboard, and boom, you're back off to the race with your motherboard. So don't throw them away. Everybody makes that idle frickin' mistake. You throw your motherboard away because you think it's bricked. Well, there's a way to unbrick it. So, don't throw it away until you're damn sure that, beyond all doubt, that the BIOS is not the issue. And if you can replace the BIOS on your motherboard and get it up and running again, don't throw it away. Put some effort. Instead of spending hundreds of dollars and getting another one, spend like $20, $30 and get it fixed. Makes more sense. 89, 39, 42. Corsair Vengeance i74. MSI Pro Z690. Well, you know, they don't have a bad listing on motherboards. This one's a good one. DDR5 Intel socket, please read. Usually when they say please read, that means it's please, I'm broken. Watch. Let's please read this. Read more. An item that has been used previously, the item may be some signs of cosmetic wear, but fully operational and functional intended. This item may be a floor model or store model return, been used, see the seller's listing descriptions, see the conditions, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's a Z690A Wi-Fi. Let's see. Item specifications, about the product. Only the motherboard RAM channel B works. Okay, deal breaker. End of story. So you keep moving on and you keep looking to see if you can find a better one, you know. I'm not going to spend that kind of money. I mean, if you got a problem with the memory channels, then more than likely you burned up more than one of the the chips for the, you know, no, you burned up a few chips, and it's going to cost too much to fix it. So no. And how I know this, I just have to listen to me. I know. Okay. Buy it now. 760, 179. No. Z698 Pro Series, 94, less than $100 with shipping, $120. That could be. If you buy it outright, that would piss everybody off. But they got zero bids, and that's like what, 2 or 3 days ago that they posted this. That's a deal breaker. See, because when you see this in zero bids and they only got 3 days left, deal breaker. I'm not bidding on anything, so I'm just moving past them. AM5 114 eBay refurbished. What is an eBay refurbished? Certified refurbished. Factory refurbished, gigabyte 650. Huh. Don't look like it's a bad motherboard, but it's refurbished by the factory for some reason. That means somebody blew up something on it for some reason. But free shipping, $115. AM5, so that means it's a 7000 series. I don't like, I'm not, no. I'm just going to leave it at that because, you know, I know y'all hear me go, meh, 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 you know, but yeah, it's, to me, I just feel there's something wrong with that picture. 620s, I won't touch. Don't need that. Let's see, MSI Mag Z790. There's zero bids on it. Y'all can leave me a comment about that zero bid thing, you know. Look at this. $29.99 or best offer. 4 parts. Look at this. Asus. They don't even know how to spell Asus. ASUS. Dumbass. I'm sorry. That right there, don't fall for it. Don't fall for that. I can tell you, don't fall for that. One bid. That might be legit, but still. Nope. Brand new. Look at it. For $105.99. A 760. Brand new. ASRock B760 in HM2. M.2. Tell me what's missing out of this picture, everybody. Let's look at no heat spreaders. Look at this. No heat spreaders. No heat spreaders. Hyper M.2. SATA 3. Yeah, you can go through and look very carefully at this motherboard to see if it's got everything your heart desires. So, let's see. It's got 1, it's got 2, it's got 3. So it's got three M.2s in there. It's got a 5.0 and it's got two 3.0s. It's got SATA connection. It's got a 24 pin. It's got an 8 pin for the CPU. It's got one slot, one PCIe 4.0x16 slot. It's going to have crappy audio. I can tell you that right now. It's got crappy audio. Yeah, it does. Real crappy audio. That's because audio is running a different way. And it doesn't have, it's not worth your time. It's not worth my time. It's not worth your time. Let's move on. Let's move on. It's not bad, but let's just get down to the brass tacks. Oh, open box. Go figure. Open box usually means the reason why they bought it was there was something inside of the box they wanted, and after they pulled it out, then they put it on eBay to sell it for the same price they paid for it. Just to get something that they needed out of the box. Sorry, I don't play that game with anybody. If you say open box or you're just selling a box for that price, all I see is a box. But I want mine sealed in plastic, gift wrapped, ready for me to open it. That's the way I look at it. All right, enough playing around here. Let's go to Micro Center. We're moving right along, going to Micro Center. And that always pops up. Micro Center, will you fix that goddamn shit? Ooh, motherboards. Let's see what comes up. Motherboards, DDR5. Let's see. Available to ship. We'll see this one first. This way you all can see what they got available to ship. Okay, B650, AM5, 199. Z790, V Prime, 219. And 670E. MSI Mag, $300. X670E, $369. B650, $199. That's a shame that they're doing the B650s for that price. It should be lower. 760, $179. Now the MK, like I said, the heat spreader, that's not even worth it. As then you're going to have to spend extra money to get a heat spreader for it. And then by the time you get done, it's going to be up to about $150 just to get the motherboard to be what you actually want it to be. It just does make sense to me to spend that kind of money on a motherboard that's not set and ready to go. It doesn't make sense to me, sorry. 620, I wouldn't pay $140 for that. ProArt, $250. That's if you like the ProArt boards. But let's see, MP Pro AM5 B650. Nope, no heat spreader. Always the cheapest cheap motherboards. They always give you no heat spreaders. That you got to put them on yourself, and Pray to God that it actually will spread the heat. That's what she said. But anyway, keep your mind out of the gutter. I know where you were going with that. Okay, so now let's go. Let's see all what's inside of the store. Okay, $199, nope. $299, $219, nope. $289, $239, $289, nope. I'm just skipping over the 200s because, truthfully, I'll post it right there so you can see it. 49, 279, 279, 259, 429, 469, 649, 749. Okay. See, 289, 479, 389, 259, 299, 459, 389, 319, 300, 200, 179, 199, 170. Let's see what kind of motherboard it is B650 Riptide. I think you can get that cheaper on Newegg. I think you can get it cheaper on Newegg or Amazon. So, sorry, Micro Center. I only say it the way I see it. And when you guys are selling motherboards that, they can get on Amazon or Newegg cheaper, then, it's not something I'm going to recommend people to go pick up if it doesn't have any teeth or legs to it. Now, this might have some teeth and legs to it. This one might have some teeth and legs to it, people. Yeah, it does. It's basic. It's simple. Let's see. It's got two 8-pin connectors for your CPU, 24-pin, Pro Series. Wow. Even the audio looks good. This is where I look at the audio right here. This section right here is your audio section. That's what I was looking at. And it's got Wi-Fi too. It's got Wi-Fi built on. Sick. Now this right here, is something I could recommend. This is something here I could recommend to you all. For $150. I could recommend that to you. That would be a good one. And look at this. Add-ons. Look at the add-ons. They got a LAN Cool 216 RGB tempered glass ATX for $109.99. These are the add-ons. Always keep that in mind. They always see what they got for add-ons. Because if you add that on and you go to pick it up, guess what? You're good to go. Okay, so let's see what the LAN lead tempered glass is. As if it should have taken us there. Yeah, obviously it did. So, moving on down the road. Okay, let's go back down to where we're at. We would appreciate your feedback. I'm giving it to you right now, Micro Center. Cancel. I'm giving you my opinion now, Micro Center. Make sure you get it all in there. Let's see. Let's go down. Keep going. ASRock. See, I'm going to say this. ASRock has got some good frickin' deals. I'm going to highlight the fact of ASRock having some good frickin' deals. Now, this right here for 120 looks like it might be a good deal, but no heat spreaders. They got one side the heat spreader, but not the other side. You know, that don't make sense to me. Why do one half of the board and just throw it out to the public? But ASRock seems to be putting the heat spreaders on their stuff. I mean, even this one right here, you know, is recommend. You know, I could recommend that to you for 140. You know, all right, anything below 150 is good. Okay. But if it's junk, I'm going to tell you it's junk. So you shouldn't have to pay more than $150 for a freaking motherboard. But the motherboard should have all the heat spreaders on there. So this way, you know, you're assured your motherboard's going to last a long time. You don't have to go that extra mile. It's already pre-done for you. And that's what the consumer wants. They don't want something that's half-assed and you trying to sell it just to make a quick buck. That's not what they want. That is not what they want. Okay. So let's go ahead and X out of that. Go to the, oop, I keep doing that again. Keep doing that. Okay. My final thought is this. I've seen a couple good deals in there, and I told y'all they look like good deals. I've seen a lot of nightmare deals, especially when you're buying a motherboard. And with the motherboard, you know, you got your I/O in the back, and then you got your heat spreader right here for your VRMs, and you got your heat spreader at the tops for your VRMs. If you don't see the heat spreaders on both, you're not assured that motherboard's going to last you a long time. You might be able to get 6 months to a year, year and a half, maybe 2 years out of it. But those chips need something to keep them cool. Especially in a hot case that you got enclosed with glass or, you know, a metal door or whatever. It's got to have a way to keep itself cool. Okay, you're assured it's going to keep cool is when you got spreaders on the top, spreaders on the side. So if you don't see a motherboard without those spreaders on, then you're risking yourself to have an overheating motherboard, especially when you put stress on those VRMs to make that processor do what you want it to do. One of them's going to pop. Sooner or later, one of them's going to pop. They're going to overheat and go pop. And then you're going to be screwed out of a very expensive motherboard that doesn't have the heat spreader on it. It's crazy. Like I told you. All my motherboards have heat spreaders on them on both sides. My motherboards don't get over a certain degree of temperature. The hot spots and all. You don't get over a certain degree of temperature. And I can put lots of stress on these. This this AM4 motherboard, that AM4 motherboard, you know, I can put stress all day on them. And they will not give up the ghost. They'll keep coming at me and saying, give me more, give me more. And I'll just keep pushing it higher and higher and higher until they're right there at the brink of maxes saying, okay, it's time to lounge. You know, but you got to know how to push your VRMs carefully with your processors, because if you overdo it, they'll go pop, even if you got a heat spreader on it. So do be careful when you go to overclock your motherboards. Now I undervolt mine, but those VRMs they don't get up hot. They don't go up that high, so they stay down nice and cool when you undervolt. I still get great performance. I'm not leaving any performance on the table when I'm doing this. I'm going to tell you that. So, if you know how to undervolt, then you're good. If you don't, then that's not good. Then you'll have to run on automatic like the computer runs, and you'll just have to deal with the ups and downs. So. But anywho, this concludes our new PC merch nightmare for today. And if you made it to the end, we do appreciate it. And if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, welcome to the family. Welcome to JJ's PC Builds. And my veteran subscribers, as always, much love to you for all that you do. Help support the channel from watching the videos from beginning to end and telling your friends to come on down here, subscribe, and watch the videos from beginning to end. So anyway, until the next time and the next video, this is JJ on JJ's PC Builds. We will see you on the next video.